guys, welcome back to another episode of Little Grip Garage. Today's episode, we are going to be taking off the rest of the parts on my Project Burnout cart. We have to take off the seat, all the stickers, we need to take off the wheels, the steering, all that kind of stuff. Then we're going to get all the stickers off, pressure wash it, and then we're going to paint it. We're going to paint it a surprise color, so stay tuned to the end to find out what color it is. And me and my brother are going to start on some of it and probably get back on it tomorrow. It's the next morning now. Me and my older brother Bradley have been kind of just messing around with this thing for a while. We found a Milwaukee heat gun, and I got about 6 more stickers off. We only have 2 left.
Then we take up this.
And there we go. Good job, Bradley. It's looking pretty weird, but now that we got that off, I think we can start by taking those bolts off so we can get these things off. We're gonna probably paint these black, and then pedals, steering wheel,
We taking this
seat.
off?
Oh yeah, we'll take that off.
And this.
Yeah, pretty much everything goes off except the yellow parts. Alright, so we just got my brother got the seat thing off. Now he's just gonna jack this thing up and get the bolts underneath so we can get these off. While he was doing that, that actually came off easy. I unbolted this, and now I think I'm gonna move on to whatever these things are called, and pedals. Well, he's taking these off, and then probably go wash it down and paint it. Alright, so me and my brother got everything off. We got those weird things right here. We got the pedals, we got the brake metal things, we got everything. Last step, take this bolt off, and then boom.
We'll add to the pile of junk. That's the junk pile, and then your keep pile is
over here. So we're gonna paint the brakes black. We're gonna paint these black. Just paint pretty much all this black you see right here. But I think now that we got that done, we're gonna go hook up our pressure washer, pull this thing on the golf cart, bring it over there, and spray this thing down. As all this grease needs to go, because we cannot paint over any dirt, grime, grease, anything. All right, so we used the golf cart or Diamond Rio, brought the go-kart over here, got it up on stands. We're hooking up the pressure washer right now and give this thing a good rinse. We're gonna try to get rid of all this grease, lease, and all that stuff. Right now, we got all the grease off that we could, all the sticky stuff. I know it still looks like there's a lot, but it's not there.
because it's more clean there, and then it's like the dirty because there's a sticker there.
I think we're gonna let this dry. We're gonna move it to the concrete because we're in a swamp right now. Okay, we got the go-kart laid out on the concrete. It's drying in the sun right now, and we kind of forgot about something. There's a whole nother part full of at least 20 more stickers that also needs to be painted. So me and Bradley are just going to sit down. I don't think we're going to film much of this. We're just going to get to work, take all the stickers off, and then just give it the quickest wash ever. We're going to paint this the same color except a very shiny black because I want this thing to pop and look nice. Alright, I just got it flipped over, and this thing is dirty. As you can see, I just wiped my hand through there. That is all mud, dirt, grease. And this is especially what we want to get off, is all this is all grease from the old motor and all that stuff. So fire up the pressure washer, give this thing a nice rinse, go really close into all these little cracks and everything. My brother just finished up that other side. This side's all done. Every single sticker's taken off. I just got done washing down the bottom of that, and that was extremely dirty. I don't think that go-kart has ever been washed before. That was just like thick grease. But now that we've got that done and drying, we're gonna hit this thing, fire up the power washer, and let's get washing. Off of the roll bar and go-kart, we pressure washed all of them. They're looking really good. We have them out in the sun right now, drying, because we need them to be dry to paint, obviously. And now it is time to show you guys which color I think we're going to paint the go-kart. So obviously we're going to be painting the roll bar. It's a shiny black. I think I already mentioned that, because I think the roll bar looks nice black, but it just needs a little shine. And then we're going to put some primer on it, just regular duplicolor prime. And then I chose a shiny tractor white for this go-kart. I think the shiny white will look good with black pedals, black steery link things, black roll bar. I think it'll look all super nice together. And then I think we're gonna try to get black rims and put the black seat on. Not in this episode, but I think white will look good with all of that. So that is the color we're going to be painting it. When it's done drying, I think right now we could lay out the pedals and steering things and paint those black right now. And then by the time we're done with those, we'll paint the go-kart and roll bar. Alright, we got all of our stuff cleaned up, dried. I know it doesn't look the cleanest, but that's all pretty much surface rust. This stuff is sat outside. This go-kart clutch blew and the chain fell off, like snapped. Sat in the junkyard for what, like 5 months, maybe even more.
Very long time.
Very long time. So all that's probably surface rust, but we're just gonna do one side at a time, paint what we can, flip them over when they're dry.
Probably 2 coats on each part.
Probably 2 coats, yeah. We're just using simple duplicolor engine paint. Works for everything pretty much. Here. Probably shouldn't put paint around that, but we'll.
And then come to the other side so you can get the kind of nooks and crannies.
This is gonna look nice with that shiny white.
Oh yeah. And we might have missed a few spots, but we're gonna do a few coats, so it should be fine. Yeah, come and get this back part right there. Alright. It already looks a million times better.
Yeah. Better than it did, I'll tell you that.
Spray in the middle so you could get. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do the bigger parts first. I don't want to blow those other ones around. These are what I'm excited for.
The pedals. Those are some nice pedals. It's not like a car pedal,
yeah,
but
they're kind of like racing ones. That black go-kart, it's just like kind of like squares on a stick pretty much. And it still works, but it's just not as comfortable. But these pedals are really nice.
This is what Ben was talking about when he said the little stick pedals. Just little squares on a stick, basically.
Alright, so while we're waiting for the second coat to dry, Bradley is going to go grab the bolts for the frame. I'm going to bring the frame over here, And then we're not gonna paint the frame right now. We're still gonna do the first and second coat, the other side of these. Then we'll do the go-kart, then the frame. So we're gonna go bring the go-kart frame bolts over here and then get to painting, I guess. Okay, so we do have the old bolts, but we were kind of thinking if we want this to be nice and shiny, we just came over here at my dad's nuts and bolt set and grabbed us some new ones. We're gonna find the nuts that fit them now, paint them up, do the first and second coat of the things that we just painted, and then probably move on to the body. Okay, so now that we still gotta let this side dry, because since we washed the bottom, now this side's wet. But we are going to cover this up, because that is our serial number, model number, all that stuff. That's pretty important. So we're gonna cover that up as nice as we can, so we can still get around it. But I think we're gonna start on the frame in a second, and then we'll primer this. So we're gonna do that, and then get the painting. Okay, so now that we got everything laid out, we got everything second coated, drying, I think it's gonna look awesome. Now that we got this already, we got it up on stands, because this type of rock, it has like a dust effect to it, if that makes sense. We don't want the bottom of that to get dirty again, with pressure wash it again, ruin, we put it up on stands, is what I'm trying to say, pretty much. Got it up on stands, and remember guys, when you're painting, yes, we didn't use a mask for that stuff, but that's just a quick little pss. But when you're doing big stuff, even like that roll bar, wear a mask, be safe, use all the proper equipment, and always have an adult or teenager, someone supervising you. But I think what do you think we should do first, primer or roll cage? We got all the cracks and everything dried up. I think it's now to give this thing some primer. I say first we just do a light coat, kind of like that, because we only have 3 cans of this. We'll just do a light coat, and then if we still have some left over, we'll just come over it and do it again. Get the side right here.
All right, little update. Getting the body primed. So I gotta get the sides of these bars. We're making sure to get in a little cracks and stuff.
We're doing just a light coat first because we only have 3 cans. We're just trying to get all the yellow gone pretty much. And then if we have extra, we'll just start kind of filling in.
Yeah, and when we flip it, we'll get the bottoms of the bars because it's kind of hard to get the can under there and know what you're doing. But yeah, going good so far.
So me and Bradley just got done with the top part, and this thing is looking amazing. It's not completely filled in because we just wanted to do a light coat because we only have 3 cans of primer.
We got 1.5 left now.
1.5 left to the bottom. I'm not that worried about the bottom. No one's going to be crawling under there like inspecting the paint quality, but it is looking already better just with primer. I'm not that big of a fan of yellow. It didn't look that bad, but it wasn't my type, but this is already looking amazing. I can't wait to see the shiny white with black shiny petals, black roll bar. But I think while we're waiting for this to be just dry, I think we're just gonna hit some paint on that, and then we'll paint this thing white.
Already looking much better.
Since we have a lot of blacks, that's all my dad uses for engines, all
just
like
black and red.
Covers. He has a lot of blacks. I think we'll hit this with like 2 to 3 coats. We want this to look really nice. Okay, so we brought out 3 cans of black paint for this roll bar, and I just used 1, and this thing's already looking awesome. I think we might still put 1 more coat on it, maybe 1 more after that, just to make it look really nice. But this thing's already looking super shiny, really nice. But I think we're gonna touch up a few more spots, let this dry. And then my brother found another can of primer. So I think we're gonna flip this over, try to get the bottom. But I really wanna try to get all the parts that are yellow. And then I think we might have to run in town to grab some more white paint. Cause if we're just doing a light coat of primer and we're already out pretty much, I don't think 3 cans will do the top and bottom of a thick coat. So we're definitely gonna have to run in town to get some more. But I think when we're done priming the whole thing, we'll just start in the front, do super thick and nice how we like it until we run out, and then we'll do the rest if we get some more cans. But right now, I think I'm gonna touch this one up, and then we'll flip this over and primer it more. So now that we got this thing flipped over, now that I look at it, it's not that much that we have to do. I think we'll be able to go over the top, the top again, make it look nice, but for right now, I think we should be good on primer. But white paint, I think we're gonna have to go get some more. Do a light coat like we did on the other side, and then we'll go thick if we have to.
This is what's going on the top. Bunny's under there, got our mask on. Painting here, just a few spots like that one, or just a tad bit of yellow showing. Yeah, it's looking really nice.
Okay, now that we have this all primed, we're gonna wait probably 2 minutes. It's already dry, but just to be safe, we're gonna wait like 2 more minutes, and then we're gonna flip this over, get this white paint down, because this stuff takes a while to dry. We're gonna have to look at the weather really quick, because not be good if this is wet paint and it starts downpouring. It looks kind of cloudy, but I think it should be good. Sorry if we're really messy. I'm assuming my face is covered in primer, but we're working hard. So yeah, we're gonna flip this over in a few minutes. My brother's gonna do second coat on that, and then we're gonna put some white paint on this thing. Okay, we just did another coat on the top.
Kind of touching it up.
And yeah, just kind of touching it up. And this thing is looking awesome. Bradley just did another coat on that. Already looking shiny and nice. And we're going to give this a tiny few scratches. But we're going to give this a few minutes to dry. And then we're going to get painting because sun's already down. And once the sun's down, it gets dark fast. We're not going to do the whole thing light and then go over it again. We're just going to do it bold and thick until we run out, and then we'll buy more cans.
If we need it. Hopefully we don't.
I think we will, though, sadly. And that way, if like we do a light coat and it's dark out and it looks like it's fine, you'll still see some gray and stuff, but we want this thing to be bright and white. We don't want any gray, we don't want any yellow. I don't think there'll be any yellow, because if we're going over it, going over with primer and then another paint, I don't think you'll see it, but let this dry and then we're gonna get painting because the sun's going down. All right, so we've waited a while. It looks pretty dry. We just checked the weather, 53 degrees, clear, looking really nice. Don't know about tomorrow night, but I think it should be done by tomorrow. If we come out here in the morning and get the bottom done, flip it over and let it dry in the sun, I think it'll be good. But look at it right now, it's gray. I'm doing first little test. I hate these nozzles. They're like, you gotta push really hard, but then it's just like splattery. That is gonna look nice.
Yeah. So while we're just painting it, one of the cans just decides it doesn't want to work anymore. And can't really see it, got a drip on there. Not really big deal, it just kind of sticks out more. But there goes a can. So we got 2 cans left, so now even with 3 cans we won't be able to finish it. So for sure gonna have to go get some more paint, but this is already looking amazing. I just bug flew in the paint. And a little update. This thing is looking amazing. I would like the white.
Come look at this side. It's insane. Yeah, this is all there, but we're doing either 2 or 3 coats. We're gonna pick up a lot more of this paint tomorrow. But it is looking awesome. I love it so far. One can down, and this is looking insanely good. And honestly, we might be able to finish the top tonight, because 1 can, and we did the whole outside, and I started in the inside. But I just can't wait to see this thing with shiny black pedals, a shiny roll bar on this thing. It is going to look insanely good. But I think I'm going to start moving on back here, all of these bars. That's kind of the hard part, is under the bars, top of the bars, bottom of the bars, both sides of the bars. It takes a lot of paint to do the bars. But once I'm done back here, I'll just do kind of strips up and down the whole thing till I run out, and then we'll go get some more and keep working. Okay, so we're about 1/4 of the way down the second can. If you come in here, it's looking awesome. The outside looks great. remember, we're still doing a second coat. So, like,
Yeah,
all the
like,
parts that you think are like, oh, that's so great, you're doing a terrible job. I'm not. I'm just going over it right now, trying to cover it at least. And then tomorrow we're going to get in all those cracks and all that stuff. Even if it is dark, I might bring some like big lights out here and just keep painting. It's looking really good right now. We're still going to try to use that one. The only reason it drips is because I have to be over this to do that. But I could use that one to like touch up the sides, because if it drips, just hit the rock.
yeah, the reason I was dripping because kind of broke on us.
Yeah, I think the cap like came loose or something. But
oh yeah, I might just have to push it down a bit more.
I think I'm gonna keep doing these bars right here, fill in both the sides like I did that one. Middle part, steering wheel, front, and then second coat.
A quick update. It's getting darker out. We're just finishing up on our last can of paint.
So this one you can use it, but you can't like, let me just show you an example. You can't tilt it. So I'm pretty much just doing the second coat on the sides because I can't really. The next day, we just picked up some more paint. I think now it's time that we flip this thing so we can get the bottom of it. And then while it's flipped over, just like I did with the primer, I'm going to go in there and get all the little cracks and under all the bars and all that. But I do think we're going to raise the stands so that I have a little bit more room to work in there. And then we're also going to put some paper towels or like Scott rags on the stands so we don't scratch up the paint. So let's get this flipped and then we'll get to painting. Alright, so now that we got this flipped over, I'm going to get this bottom, just a quick nice layer. And then when I'm done doing that, I'm going to get under there and then paint all the cracks and all that. Okay, so I just got done painting the bottom. I went under there and I tried to get all the cracks as good as I can. After it's done drying, I think I'm going to go back under there and just do it again, make sure I got all the cracks, all the small spots. I'm probably gonna go in for a while and let this dry so that we can probably flip it over and do another coat on the bottom. But for right now, we're gonna let that dry. And then I didn't notice that when I was painting the bottom of this, it was all going over here. I don't know if you can see it, but pretty much just white glitter on the whole roll bar. So I'm gonna redo that. My brother Bailey's gonna help me. Bradley had to go help my mom, but we're gonna get that done and then probably flip over the go-kart and get to painting again. So while I was just shaking up this can, walking around talking to my brother, I just looked at these. I was gonna show him what we're gonna put on the go-kart, and these are even worse than the roll bar, just all white splattered. So I think I'm gonna spray these down while Bailey is spraying down the roll bar. Or I guess you could call that a roll bar. It's like just like a cage that goes over it. So technically it's a roll bar, but he's gonna do that. I'll do this and then probably flip that and then paint that. Okay, so I just finished, I think, the third coat of this. The go-kart is now officially done. Once it's done drying, when we flip it over, I might touch up like a few tiny spots, but it is looking really good. I got all of the spots I could under there, every single crack, pretty much every single thing I got painted, looking awesome. Over here, I'm gonna do 2 coats on these because the white still kind of pops out. So let those dry a tiny bit more. I'll do a second coat, and then Bailey is gonna do a second coat on this. So we're waiting for everything to dry pretty much. Second coat it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we just finished the second coat a few minutes ago. It is looking way better. It's exactly how I wanted it, a nice shiny black. Over here we put all those tools, or little pedals and all that stuff in this box. I just labeled it BC Burnout Cart. We do have a mess to pick up, but right now the go-kart is looking really nice. It's almost dry, so once that's done drying, I think we're gonna flip it back the other way, make sure that there's no spots that we missed, because we still got 2 cans left over. That's fine. We still got 2 cans left over, so we're just gonna kind of touch it up if we have to, and then after that I think I'm gonna bring this over to the hose and give this a quick little rinse, because there's a lot of little bugs crawling around on it. I want it to look nice. And then I got this like spray wax stuff. I don't know if I'll do that on video, but once we mount the roll bar, I'm gonna probably spray wax it and then probably just put it back where we got it, and then pretty much done. Alright, so next morning, we decided to just let everything dry overnight to make sure that it's 100% dry. We got it flipped over and it's looking really nice. It did get scratched up a little bit here from the jack stands and these. But I think we're just going to quickly repaint that, let that dry. We're going to get the bolts out of there and then bring this down to the hose. I'm just going to give it a quick little rinse. And then we're going to put the roll cage on, put this thing back in the garage. So just quickly paint over that, act like nothing happened. Over here. Alright, should be good. Alright, so we just got all the little spots that got a little messed up repainted. It's looking really nice. We just gotta let that dry, which might take a while, but we can wait. That's looking really nice. It's all dry, super shiny, exactly how I wanted it. Me and my brother was kind of hanging out, and I realized I don't think cart starts with a C. I think it starts with a K, but that's fine. So yeah, we're gonna let that dry, and then when that's done, we'll bring it down to the hose, wash it, both of them down, put them together, and then we'll be done. So me and my brother was kind of just hanging out, waiting for this to dry, and I kept feeling like something was wrong, like we didn't do something, and of course, I forgot these. That's very, very important. So crack these open. I want this thing smelling fresh. Yes, I will pick that up. There we go. Now it's good. Alright, so we just got this brought into the shop. My mom and my brother helped me. This looks really good. We got the roll bar in here. So I think now we're gonna set this on here, slide in all the bolts, and then we'll tighten them. Alright, so we just quickly test fitted it off camera, and we got 2 short bolts, which is a bummer because we just painted every single one of these. So we ran over there at that bolts and nuts kit, grabbed longer ones. So we're gonna test fit that really quick, and then just keep mounting all of them. The frame or the roll bar is a little tight. Like my mom's gonna have to hold it and like squeeze it in, and I'll shove the bolt down there because it's like kind of spaced out. But we're gonna test fit this and then we'll get it on. Alright, so we just got all the things slid in. That top right corner, we don't know what's wrong with it, but it's like the whole cage like doesn't line up. It's like bent a tiny bit, so the bolt can't slide all the way through. So we're gonna try tightening all the other ones first and see if we can slide it over and get it in. We're gonna start with this one. Oh, that's alright. I got stuck.
That black and white looks cool.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna do the other ones, and then we'll try that front one up there. Alright, so we just got the roll bar on. It looks super nice, like I thought it would. Black with white, it looks super good. Now I think I could probably peel this off. I'm worried that there's still gonna be some yellow like that. But if we can find like a thin paint marker, could probably get in there.
I'm sure Daddy's got lots of those.
Yeah. Actually, it's not that bad.
Looks good.
Yeah. After, I think, 3 days, we have finally completed this episode. It looks really nice. Stay tuned. There's a lot more coming up on this go-kart. We're putting in a 16 horsepower motor in this thing, a live axle, racing seats, everything racing pretty much. So stay tuned for all that. Also stay tuned for other builds coming up on dirt bikes, golf carts, everything else pretty much. Huge thanks to my whole family for helping me out on this video. I really appreciate it. Subscribe, and like always, I'll see y'all next time. Get some!